Jack here, owner of Hockey Alley. I got Jason Grinovich, professional hockey player. How are you, Jason?
Doing well, Jack. How about yourself, buddy?
Good, thank you. I want to get right into this, and I want to ask you today about what choices of players you would have for certain situations and coaches and all that. So we're going to start with the big one. So if you're going into a game seven, which goalie would you put in if you had to choose one?
Oh, that's a tough one, Jackal. You know what? I would probably go with Martin Brodeur. Legendary goaltender, great puck mover,
Yeah,
winning record. First ballot Hall of Famer.
yeah.
That would probably be who I'd run with.
That's a great choice. The guy's always focused. I would go with that. Would have been my second choice. My first choice would be Patrick Roy because he's like really like into the zone. You know, he's into the zone. So I'd probably choose Patrick Roy. So that's a
Yeah, those two were definite rivals when they played against each other.
yeah. You wouldn't go with Dominic Hasek?
You know what? I thought about that actually. He came to mind. Great goaltender, unorthodox style of play. Just in my opinion, just didn't have a winning enough
Yeah,
pedigree for me to pick him.
yeah. Good choice. My other question would be for a captain of a team. If you were to start a team and you come in as a general manager, and you're going to be
Yeah.
general manager for a little bit today, who would you choose as captain? And it could be
You
anybody.
know
It could
what?
be from the 50s, 60s, or 30s.
You know what? In all honesty, there's three guys come to mind:
Uh huh.
Nicholas Lindstrom, Steve Eiserman, and Joe Sack.
All great.
Uh, or
Good.
or Mark Messier.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love having my leadership on the back end, but for the purpose of a leader and I'm building a championship team, it would be Mark Messier because I know the culture in the dressing room
Yeah.
is going to be 10 out of 10 with him wearing the letter.
That's be my first choice. Mark Messier. I would choose him over anybody first choice. I really think the
Yeah,
guy should be a commissioner of the NHL, but that's just my
I
opinion.
100% agreed, buddy.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
He's well respected. If you had to put a tough guy to settle things down, who would you throw on the ice to take care of business, sort of speak?
You know what? I'm going to go something a little bit unorthodox with this one. I would take Gordie Howe.
Wow. Mr. Hockey
I
was
think
respected. He'd throw some elbows on you.
You know what? I don't think things got out of hand when he was on the ice
No.
because he was that big, strong, and mean
Yeah.
that, like, he was, I think, an underrated killer, so to speak.
Yeah, he everybody was scared of him. And he tested
Yeah,
all the rookies. I don't know if you know this, but any rookie that came in the league, he called them some name and he just would throw him an elbow. And if the guy responded or he shied away, he knew what kind of player he was. So that was a
yeah,
test that Gordie Howe threw around of any rookie coming into the league, including Bobby
not a
Orr.
bad idea.
Yeah, he did
Not a
that.
bad idea.
Yeah. Mine would be Dave Brown. I would throw Dave Brown out there because everybody was afraid of Dave Brown. He played for the
Yeah,
Flyers and the Oilers, and there's a
he did. Yeah,
highlight of
I
him
know.
taking
Yeah.
the stick to the guy's neck in one play. He was vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was vicious. Yeah,
yeah,
he's definitely a heavyweight that a lot of guys feared. I'll tell you that right now.
yeah. So if you're a general manager in today's draft day and you have a team, what what kind of decisions would you make? I mean, that's a tough question, but anything off the bat? Oh, you're thinking, okay.
Thinking about that one, I mean, that is a really tough question because you got to know the build of your team. I'm a character guy. Don't get me
Uh-huh.
wrong. I love Connor McDavid's. But I want more of
Character.
a Joe Sakic, Steve Eiserman,
Uh-huh.
Nicholas Lindstrom
Yeah.
style of players that are leaders.
Yes.
Zetterberg, Datsuk is another great example of what I would look for in that because I believe that championship teams are character teams. So right now,
Absolutely.
today's day and age, would probably be either a Nathan McKinnon, a Sidney Crosby. If I want to go back in the day, obviously you got Mark Messier, who I've already drafted.
Yeah.
You know, and I would go after probably a back ender like a Nicholas Lindstrom, who, in my opinion, a lot of greats in the game for the back end. But I thought he was an all-around shutdown defenseman, offensive defenseman, good first pass, big, strong, good stick, good body positioning, and a real team guy. When it comes down to the hard games, he was a guy that always put his best on the ice. So I would chase down a Nicholas Lindstrom for my back end.
Nice. What I would do as a general manager is I would trade my draft picks, all of them, and I'd pick proven players because I believe 4 lines can win you a cup. If you want a winning team, veteran guys, you can never go wrong. So my 31 teams would be my farm teams, and I would just every year trade my draft picks. I don't want to invest in young guys that might not pan out. So I'd give up my picks and pick proven players that I already know about that other teams don't want and build a puzzle, like a missing puzzle, and have like a perfect 4 lines. That's just what I would do.
That's an interesting approach.
Yeah, I would never pick draft picks unless it's a Connor McDavid or somebody big that I know is going to be good. I'll pick. Other than that, I would trade every draft pick for like guys who are veterans. You can never go wrong with that. That's what I think. Yeah.
You know what you're getting because they've already been there.
Yes. Another question, a pregame meal. What kind of pregame meal would you cook for the team if you were the chef before a game, an important game, or even a day before?
That's a very tough question because everybody is different, right? In what they like and what they eat.
We can choose 3 things. What are the 2-3 choices?
For me, I would say I would probably have some sort of fish, like a salmon, with rice and vegetables. I think covers the basis. Obviously, not white rice, a brown rice. A lot more healthier choice that way. For a pregame meal, I would just leave that up to the guys because everybody's stomach is a little bit different. Yeah. Some guys like a lighter meal. Some guys play on a little bit heavier of a meal. Yeah. So to me, I would leave that up to them. But for a pregame day before meal, if I was the chef, it would be a salmon or a steak with brown rice.
You would do steak,
and vegetables.
You would do steak. Yeah, steak's hard to digest.
But this is the day before the game.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do pizza.
Oh, I like my pizza, Jack. Me and Ninja Turtles have that in common.
Nobody can hate pizza. I mean, everybody loves pizza, so it's easy. And they have different toppings. They could choose what they want. That's what I would do.
I don't. I would just take Miss Rose's pizza all day, every day.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, what about pregame music? If you had to choose, some of the music that I hear today, it just doesn't pump up the guys in hockey. It's just ridiculous.
It's garbage. It's garbage.
I agree.
You know what?
100% garbage.
You can't. You know what? You can't beat AC/DC, Metallica, Def Leppard, the old '80s bands. That's great for rocking in the locker room. I had my earpieces in, so I didn't really care what the team was listening to, mostly because it was junk. And I'm a country music guy. I would listen to country music, and I like to be more focused and calm going into a game versus, once I hit that ice, the adrenaline takes over anyway. Yeah. So that's just kind of one of those things. I like to be as calm going in as I can, just so I'm not too high, so to speak, when I hit that ice.
What about like on the ice? Like if you had to choose a song for the team that that'll feed off and get them to energize, what would you choose?
You know what? Something again like a harder rock song, something with a big tempo.
Anything specific? Any groups? You want to name anybody or no?
Yeah, you know what? I'm like I said before. I'm for that kind of stuff. I'm an AC/DC fan. I'm a Def Leppard fan. I like Voodoo a little bit, kind of harder stuff. Just something. I'm not really listening to words at that point in time. It's more the beat. Yeah. I'm focused on what I'm doing on the ice, so I'm not really into the words and that. Yeah. Just that up-tempo beat to get my legs moving to it is what I would select.
Yeah, I would pick AC/DC Thunderstruck. And we had that as a warm-up song for about a whole year.
Oh, yeah. I love coming out to AC/DC Thunderstruck. When you hit that ice, a Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Is another great one to hit that ice to. And I think your first song that you come onto the ice is so important. Anything after that, you're so focused and in the groove of what you're doing, you're not really paying attention anymore.
Yeah.
But that song, that beat of that song, and that, like I said, Crazy Train was one that we came out to for a few years, and coming through the gate, coming through the tunnel, and having that blast, and it's just, it's still to this day when I hear the song, it brings me back and kind of gives me goosebumps and chills.
And the thing about that is that we used to change the warm up drill on the beat of the song. So when the song changes course, we change also our tune. So we were working 5 minutes with that song, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but that's how we did it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all, it's all the psychology of the game, right?
Yeah.
And when the song changes, the drill changes, right? And everybody knows it. Nobody's got to holler it. It's just as it's coming to an end, you shuffle the pucks where they need to go, and you swap it up. It's a great inadvertent psychology to the game that you guys were doing, which is a good idea.
Thank you. I want to ask you, well, if you had to choose a coach for the season, or let's say an important game, and you had to win this game to get qualify or whatever, who would you pick?
No question in my mind, buddy. It would be Scotty Bowman.
I was gonna pick him too.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
he is the greatest coach.
Yeah.
He is the greatest coach ever, in my opinion, ever to step behind that bench. He gets his players. He commands respect from his players, but he shows his players respect. So I just love him. I think he could be, and to this day, should still be mentoring young coaches coming through the systems.
Do you remember we went up to him in the draft? Remember we were at the draft and Scotty Bowman was standing there and talking, and we went up and said hello to him.
That was like, in Calgary.
Yeah, it was in Calgary, and I had goosebumps just going up to the guy because he's like, that's the greatest coach. I mean, I think he won like 11 Stanley Cups.
Yeah. I mean, that's like shaking hands with baby Jesus, man. Like he's a god.
Yeah, he coached Lemieux. He coached, the greatest Canadians, Montreal Canadian teams. Who else? St. Louis, when they made it to the final against Orr, he was there.
And
Gave me goosebumps.
And the untouchable Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, that's right.
Like when the Detroit Red Wings were untouchable for as many years, he was behind the bench, right?
Yes, that's right.
Success just followed him, and it's not because the teams were that great. It was because he was that great, and he created great players and great teams.
Unbelievable. It's like that. I would have chose him. That's be my first choice. So we agree on that one right there. That's the guy I would choose too. So if you had to do a go-to punishment drill because the guys are slacking off or they played a bad game, what kind of punishment drill would you have for the next practice?
You know what? I wouldn't. It wouldn't be in the practice, Jack. It would be Uncle Ned style, and you're in the stands running.
Oh, you're doing stairs. Okay.
every stair, and you'd be running until the lights went out.
Okay, you better hope your arena's small and not too many stairs.
Well, then they would just run. They would just run more laps.
Say, Tanae, can we do our practice at that small rink in Glendon that doesn't have any bleachers? No.
Yeah, the mini training rink at Ferris State. That's,
there you go.
Yeah, no stands around it. Yeah.
I would do ladders, board to board ladders for maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
And they got to touch the boards. If one misses, everybody's got to do them all over again.
Yeah, I like it, Jack. Yeah, that's another one. I was actually thinking of ladders too.
Yeah. If you had to do a road trip of your choice, anywhere you want to play for your team, an NHL team, where would you like to play? And it could be a vacation place. It could be, in Europe or North Pole or.
You know what? That's a real tough question. I would. That's a tough question, Jackal. That is a real tough one.
There's many places to choose from, but I mean, if you have to choose something.
You know what? I would. You know what? I would probably go to a small town in Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. Someplace that obviously everybody in Western Canada, not even in those small towns, is hockey crazy. But I would pick a small town in Saskatchewan and give them a treat and have that building packed shoulder to shoulder, even though there's maybe only 1,000 fans in there. It'd probably be rocking louder than a 20,000 person stadium.
That'd be awesome. What I would do with the team is probably like Australia and play an exhibition game against a pro team there. Just like not a lot of people have been to Australia, and I think that the NHL, I don't think has ever been there. So that'd be a place that I would, like, as an owner, say, you know what, we'd like to throw an exhibition game just for those fans down there, down under. They don't get to see NHL live. And that's
You know
just
what,
one.
Jack? That's a really good idea. Actually, I didn't think of that. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah,
That,
they just
to go
our
see
friends
that
down and
would be.
under. They never get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was
I know,
thinking.
and I know, hockey is big down there. Like
Mhm.
they love hockey down there. They
Oh
just
yeah,
they don't get it, right. So
no,
that's I guess they don't get the channels and the live stuff. So that would
no.
be that's a really good idea, Jackal.
Thank you, thank you. One more question. What kind of bonus would you give a player that's maybe in the middle of the pack, or that's doing good? What kind of a bonus incentive would be a fair amount? Say that he produces well or scores an X amount of number of points. What would be a fair number? We're going to talk in numbers here, money numbers. What would be a fair number? In my last video, I spoke with my friend who played for the Canadians, and he told me he got a $35,000 sign-in bonus. Sign-in bonus for drafted, or what would be ideal?
Well, I mean, in today's day and age, I'm saying a middle of the pack guy.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't put his bonus based on numbers, right? I would put his bonus based on stats.
Yeah.
So I want him to be above 60% in the face-off circle. I want him to have, 200 block shots in the season and average, 10 finished checks, real checks in a game. And if he hit that, you know what? He's probably pretty beat up at the end of the year, so I would probably give him a Bahama vacation for him and his family and cut him $1 million. Because
Wow.
I mean, that's a role that is something that is forgotten, and not a lot of guys are willing to do. And most of the bonuses in that are numbers based that way, like points, versus actual stats that are going to benefit the team that way, right? And the guy willing to do the dirty work and the hard work, is usually the guy that helps you win that championship.
Yeah.
So goals and assists to me for a mid-pack third-line guy wouldn't be goals and assists. It would be achievable stats for his role.
I would give him a 50% bonus over what the salary is. Like if he made $1 million, I'd give him another $500,000 on top, just as a bonus, because like a rewarding, something like that.
Yeah.
That's great. He'll be happy, because he did a good job. Yeah. I want to thank you so much for reaching out and talking about, the hockey, about choices that we would make. It's kind of interesting what your perspective was, and, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to bring up old players in the history of the game, Jackal.
Yeah.
It's definitely forgotten.
Yeah, this is what I do on my channel, is bring back hockey history. I don't make any money on this. I just do it because I want people to remember the hockey history. It's getting forgotten. It's all just either in books, and the books aren't accurate sometimes. So that's why I do what I do, talk about hockey and educate people out there that don't know the game from back in the day and what it used to be.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, Jack. It's a good thing.
Yes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Awesome, Jackal.
You
Take
too.
care.
Take care. Thank you.